Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is DJRickWeb, and this is the xlaser LaserCube. Yes, I'm finally getting around to filming this. You guys have seen this laser and been asking all about it since you've seen it in my COVID live streams. This right here is the xlaser LaserCube. It's battery operated, believe it or not, it's battery operated. You can easily control it with your phone or your laptop, and it's got 2,000 watts of power. This thing is no joke. You literally need a license to operate. So let's go ahead and get into this video. First off, this right here is the package from xlaser. This is the LaserCube box. We'll go exactly into everything that comes in this. On top of the road case over here, we'll go through everything that's in the box very quickly. Then I'm gonna mainly be focusing on how you set this up and how it operates, because this is revolutionary. Most of those big fancy lasers that you see that are used at big festivals and stuff like that, they're complicated. They have very complicated software. This you can easily control with an app on your phone or with the easy to use software that is included that's free to download. So let's go ahead and jump into it and see what comes in the little box pouch thing here. All right, this right here is the box or the pouch that the laser comes in with all the accessories for it. So it's a nice little handy case. It is a padded bag and everything, so nice to see. Got the nice little logo right there. Open it up. It's got a nice zipper here, and now we get to see the goodies within the box itself. So first off, let's go ahead and get to the meat and potatoes right here. We have the laser. So this is it right here, if you can tell by my hand. This thing's small. It's very small. It's not, I don't think it's longer than 6 inches. Let me see. For reference right here, the LaserCube is just under 4 inches by 4 inches by about 4 3/4 long. So it is very, very small and very compact for a 2,000 watt 3D RGB laser. So set that to the side. We will get into that a little bit later. Next off, we have the power cable. So this is the power brick, and this is actually just a standard laptop power brick. There's nothing fancy about it. It's a 65 watt, 19 volt little inverter plug, and then you have the standard little cable that connects to it. Like I said, this is just a laptop charger. That's all it is. It's very, very simple. If you ever forget this or lose it or whatever, go to Walmart, pick yourself up another. Next up, we have an e-stop button right here. This is very important here in the US because this is federally mandated that you have an e-stop when using a laser like this caliper. So this is just a standard e-stop. You can basically activate it, emergency stop. That's all it is. It hooks in line, green button, key to turn it on. That's all that's right there. Next, we have a variety of different cables. We have just a USB to USB. This is like the old school Android cable right here. We have a USB Type-C to our standard little USB that goes, or I think this is the micro USB, I can't remember. This is the old Android chargers, but this plugs into the laser. USB Type-C to plug into your phone, plug into your laptop, your iPad, etc. We have the cable right here that connects our e-stop to the laser. We have a standard USB to the USB, the micro USB that goes into the laser. We have 2 sets of keys. 1 key goes into the laser, 1 key goes into your e-stop. When you're operating this thing, like I said, you need a license to run this thing. Safety is of high importance. You cannot actually shoot this laser at people. Next up, before we get into all the variety of lenses, we have this right here, which is just a little connection hookup for this piece right here, which is a lens. So this is kind of like a fisheye lens. It allows you to attach this to the front of the laser and allow you to basically hit like 180 degrees of coverage. This thing is pretty dope. So if you're doing like a starry night on the ceiling of a school or a big auditorium, that's what you can use this thing for. Pretty dope. So next, we have a variety of different little filter lenses that you can put on the end of the laser. I don't necessarily use these. I haven't really ever. I'm not really a huge lens person, but they give you a crap load of lenses. So we have a diffraction lens. We have a variety of different diffraction lens. We have a 25mm focal lens. That's for other things in the UK area. We have a ND80 safety lens. So this will lower the output power of the laser. We have another little diffraction lens. This one has some circles. We have another diffraction lens. These just all do different things. We got some textured lumen lenses or luma lenses. Like I said, I don't really use most of these, but they easily bolt onto the front, so you can play around with it and get different looks out of this laser than what it does standardly. Now, like I said, I don't necessarily use all these, but you can play around with all these different lenses to achieve all kinds of different looks and themes and stuff with the laser itself. But that's what none of you guys really care about, all this stuff, because all you want to see is how we set this up and how we use the laser, because that is the meat and potatoes of running this laser. So let's go ahead, change the camera angle, and let's set up the laser. All right, let's go ahead and get started with the setup of this laser. So first off, right here is the laser itself. On the front of the laser right here, we have some nice little verbiage right here that says, "Do not aim laser at people, vehicles, or open airspace." Like I said, you need a license to operate this thing. So this is no joke of a laser, 2000 watts. I've repeated that a lot of times. So right here we have the beam guard. So you can unscrew these. This is also how you mount on the little lenses on these front little 2 screws right here. But this is so you can set your beam guard so that it doesn't hit the people below. Yes, you can in the software actually set your little safety field, but this is like federally required to have this little beam guard right here, so you can slide it up to block the beams from hitting the people down low when you're shooting this laser right out. Top of the laser, not much to see here, just a little verbiage on what this laser is. On the back end right here, we'll get to that in a second. Let's go with the bottom right here first. On the bottom right here, we have a standard tripod mount. So this is a standard threaded mount, and that's why I have a tripod behind me right here. We can easily take the tripod I got in front of me right here and go ahead and screw that on. And this just actually reminded me, in the little package from LaserCube, you actually do get a tripod that goes on a tabletop. It's a tabletop tripod. It has a yoke and everything. But you do also get a little tripod with this laser as well. I just don't have it with me. It's upstairs in the office. So on the tripod right here, this is how you guys have seen me do it in my live streams. So this tripod right here is just a little extendable tripod. It's actually a light tripod, but it allows you to extend it up really high above my head. You guys can't even see it. It's so high up here. So now if we spin this around to the back and we quickly zoom in a little bit on this. On the back here, we have 5 different items with this laser. One, we have our USB connection. So this is how we hook up our phone, our laptop to control the software. We have a key slot right here to put the safety key in. We have our little wire connector right here that goes to the e-stop, which then you put in another key. And then we have the power right here, which is not necessary because it is battery powered. Like I said, you can power this whole thing off a battery, but to charge it or to have constant power to it, you plug it in right there. All right, to set up the LaserCube, first thing we need to do is attach our cable to our e-stop. So these cables have little notches, you just align them and then you screw them tight together. So we'll hook one into the e-stop right here. I'll put this down on the table where you guys can't really see it, but it's right here on the table. There you go, you can see it. And I'm gonna hook the other end up to the laser itself. All right, now I'm gonna take my phone right here. I'm gonna plug in the USB Type-C to my phone right here and plug in this end right here to the laser itself. Now I'm gonna get both of my keys ready, put one key into the laser. So I got one key in the laser. I got the other key right here. I haven't activated any of these keys yet. So first thing, you wanna make sure that your e-stop is out. Typically, if it's been activated, it's pushed down. You just twist it to release it, it pops up. I think you guys can see it right there. You just twist it, follow the arrows that's on it. It's got arrows to twist it. So that's the first step right there. Turn on the laser itself, hit your power button right there. We're going to turn on the e-stop. Now we're gonna turn on the e-stop right here. So turn it on, press the green button a couple times, and then we're gonna turn the key right here as well. So now you might be able to see it right here, but I have 2 white lights flashing. Yeah, you can see them right there. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna open up the LaserCube app. So now on my phone, what I'm gonna do is go to the LaserOS app. This is really cool because it's on the phone, and we should get a signal. So it takes a few seconds, but once the software is recognized by the laser, the lights will go solid on the back of the laser. And now on the screen right here on the app, there's a little play button at the bottom. And once we click that play button, the laser will activate. As you can see on the pipe and drape behind me, the laser is active. And this is where you can go to all the different things that the laser has to offer. So Beam Show has multiple different options. So if you click on the Beam Show, you can go to all these different patterns. Beam Show is one of the coolest things when you have haze. So we'll turn on the hazer here in a bit to see what that does. But as you guys can see behind me, it's doing a variety of different things. You know, let's change the camera angle up so that way you guys can see what the laser is actually doing on the pipe and drape behind me. and you don't have to see my face blocking the screen. So we got a new setup right here, and I do want to point out that this laser is so damn powerful that it's a little bit hard to completely grasp the laser on this. We'll have some better footage when I put some haze and we shine it out this way so you guys can see, but I wanted to go through the app that you guys can see on the screen right now. So right now you're seeing abstract. So abstract is where you can change all the geometry and all sorts of things on the screen. There's a lot of functionality to this app, so I'm going to go through it as quickly as possible. But inside of all these little buttons right here on the screen are a bunch of different functionalities. So we can go to the visualizer, and it's got a bunch of different pre-made little visualizer items that you can put up on the laser. So you can put these up and let people look at them, polygons, all sorts of stuff. You can see I can scroll for a long time. We got a nice little wave that we can put up on the laser. We can go to dancers. This is kind of one of my favorite areas. Dancers here is right here. We got the, woo, go girl, go. So we got all sorts of different things in here. Dancers, club dancers, dress shaking. We got a drummer going crazy. We got the fire dance. They're doing a fire dance. So you can project all this up onto the walls, little graphics and stuff like that. You got a K-pop dance. I don't know what the hell that is, but it's a K-pop dance. We got my favorite 4 ones right here. We got pole dancer number 1. Go girl go. We got pole dancer number 2. Swinging around there. We got pole dancer number 3. And we got pole dancer number 4. Yes, yes, yes. Great stuff. We also got some other ones down here. I can't really say the name. You guys can see it on the screen though. Woo-wee, might get demonetized for that right there. That's some action. Anyways, there's all kinds of stuff on here, guys. Like I told you guys, there is a ton of different things that you can do. We can do wakeboarding, etc. Dancer category is really cool for all the little animations and stuff like that. Speaking of animations, they have the animation category as well. There's all kinds of cool little animations and stuff you can put up on the screen. Awesome stuff. They got some great people behind the app development of this. You got Chinese New Year stuff. We have Christmas stuff. We can go do Christmas stuff. You can project that on your house if you wanted to do that. But there's a lot of different options in here. A lot of things that you could sell to different clients. You can go to Beam Show. We'll go to that later, but Beam Show is kind of where you want to be. That's my favorite area if you're going to use this with some haze and project this above people's heads. Beam Show is crazy. Like, a lot of these don't look that cool just looking at them, but when you put some haze and let them shine through the sky, they are wild and crazy. There's even games. Games is kind of cool. So if you hook up your laptop to this, not necessarily your phone, any of these games, if you click the little settings icon, it'll tell you what the controls are. So for this game, B is to decelerate. There's Angry Laser, or Angry Birds basically. You got all the controls right here. Move left, right, up, down, etc. You can play Laser Bird or Lazy Bird. You got the controls right there, B. So there's a bunch of different games you can play too. You can come up with some different cool stuff to do with this for maybe kids' birthday parties that you can use this for. Like I said, this laser is a badass laser, but the possibilities behind the software make it so that you can do a lot of different things. And also, I want to point out right now, looking at the screen right now, you guys can't actually make out where it says Laser Bird. I can tell you in person it does, but because of the refresh rate of this camera, you guys are not picking up the whole thing. So just going through some other stuff, you can put a different clock up here. There's all kinds of different clock faces, so maybe this is cool for New Year's, for countdowns. Like I said, you can't necessarily see the full thing because of the refreshing of the laser and the camera. Yeah, you can do different stuff with clocks. There are metrics, so if you want to do stock related stuff, there's all kinds of different metrics for stocks and currencies you can do. Text is a cool area, so if you want to project DJ Life clothing on the wall, you can do that. You can change the text, the characters, the font, etc. Tons of different functionality there. There are pre-made laser shows, which I'll show you guys later, but they have volume 2 and everything. So pre-made laser shows, let me pause that real quick. You have news, so you can project some news items on there. There's all kinds of different ones down through here of current news articles. You have MIDI, you have cast. This is where you can actually use your camera to show what you're looking at, so it'll try and project what the camera is looking at. So right there is my laptop screen, and this right here is the cube. So as you guys can kind of see right there, it's projecting the outline of the cube itself right there. Kind of cool. Cool little things you can do right there with it. You can obviously import pictures. You can do light painting, MIDI. Draw's kind of cool. You can draw stuff on the screen itself. So this is just doing random colors. If I chose the color, I can do green. I think I gotta go with solid colors. Now I can do this little cool one here with the rainbow. I want to do green right here. Yeah, you guys can get the picture. As you guys can see, it's getting kind of crazy on here. It's actually a solid image on the screen, but because of the refresh rate of this camera, you guys, once I get past a little bit, you guys can see it's deleting stuff and adding it because of the refresh rate of the camera. So like I've kind of told you guys, there's lots of features inside this app. There's even effects where you can make this pulse to the BPM of the music. It can listen to the music. There's tons and tons of different features. Beam show is by far my favorite for all the little different beam things, as you guys will see here in a second when we use the actual haze. We can adjust the power output of the laser, so I can make this less and less powerful. As you guys can see, it kind of dims down to nothing. And then you can make it more and more powerful so that it's like solid white. We can lock and zoom out on the X and Y's. So right there, I'm lessening the X. If I want to lessen the Y so it doesn't go as far up and down, I can do that as well. So now it's more of a shrunk range, so it doesn't go as far up and down. You can do all kinds of stuff. So you can do a little bit on the Y, and then you can adjust how far up the Y is, so I can shoot it all the way to the top, or I can lower it down to the bottom and shoot it on the bottom end. So this is kind of where you can set the room and set where the laser is actually going to be shooting up and down the walls, etc. Right now I'm just going to go back to 100%, so that way it's there. You can also rotate it if for some reason the laser is in a rotation. You could swivel it, tilt it, all kinds of options, guys. It's insane. There's all kinds of, you can set your safety zones here, so we can do autented safety zones. We can set our Y safety zone so that it doesn't go below a certain field. It just stops, as you guys can see right there. So we can raise our Y as well. So yeah, along with image, you can go to safety zones, color, audio, general colors. There's tons and tons of functionality in this thing, but the best part about it is as soon as you unbox the laser like I just did, you can open up the app and just start using it. So as you guys can see in the bottom here, there's actually an option for seconds. So I could set every 3 seconds for this to change what the beam show is. So every 3 seconds, it's going to change that actual beam show itself. As you guys can see right there, basically every 3 seconds now, it is changing the type of beam show that it's doing. So for someone like me, I like to do school dances. I can set this up on beam show and change it to maybe every, let's say every 15 seconds, it changes to a different pattern. So like it'll do 15 seconds of this pattern, and then we'll just watch it go. It's doing this little dancing lines is what it's called. And it'll change to another pattern here in about the next 5 seconds or so. There we go. And now it's going to a different one. So that every 15 seconds at the school dance, there's going to be some sort of aerial pattern that this laser is going to be showing off, which is kind of cool. Now, the cool part. Let's get the haze going and let's see what this laser can do. All right, so now to enjoy the laser, Joe's going to put some dope music on and show you guys. Well guys, as you can see behind me, the LaserCube from xLaser is extremely bright and extremely dope. These patterns and everything, it's crazy how much functionality is in the software itself, the LaserOS, and the fact that you can hook your phone up to it and just start going to town and making it do all sorts of things is pretty incredible. You could also hook this up from a laptop. I didn't show you guys in this video, but you can also download LaserOS for your laptop and use that as well. So, like always, I'm going to put all the links to everything in the description down below if you guys want to check out this 2,000 watt battery powered laser. I'm extremely excited to eventually get to start using this at school dances, or even if I have a couple that's like Star Wars fans, this thing would be extremely dope to use at weddings. So if you like the laser from xLaser, be sure to leave a thumbs up on this video. Leave down in the comment section down below what you guys think of this laser. What would you personally use it for? Like what at weddings, or what sort of things would you use it for? Would you do like some kids parties with the games? Maybe set up a wireless keyboard or even get a gaming controller to be able to use this at kids parties to sell for games, maybe on a projection screen, or just to use the laser itself? let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, turn on post notifications, and like always guys, my name is DJRickWeb. Keep them records spinning, and this laser's dope. Peace.